In an entertainment industry driven by visibility and carefully curated relationship signals, the story of IU and Lee Jong Suk is unfolding along a completely different trajectory. The quieter they become, the louder the public reaction grows. And in this context, silence may no longer be avoidance, it may be strategy. When private love becomes the center of attention. Recently, every subtle move of IU and Lee Jong Suk has been under intense scrutiny. Ironically, not because they appear together, but because they almost never do. The latest wave of attention was sparked by the talk show Yoo In Na, where IU appeared alongside Woo Suk, hosted by Yoo In Na. During the show, Yoo In Na made a striking comment: "IU is the type of partner who can be dangerous in love, someone who gives endlessly, even to the point of emotional and physical exhaustion." This immediately triggered speculation. Was she referring to Lee Jong Suk? But the real story lies not in the identity of the partner, but in the public's reaction. One side believes it was an unintended revelation of truth. The other sees it as a calculated media moment designed to spark discussion. This divide has made the narrative more compelling than any official confirmation could ever be. IU and the philosophy of loving in silence. Not long before, IU shared a perspective that now feels deeply revealing. If two people truly love each other, they don't necessarily need to constantly talk about their relationship. This isn't just a personal reflection, it's a declaration. In an industry where romance is often commodified, IU appears to be reclaiming it as something private. As a result, the public has begun reading between the lines. Her long-standing silence about Lee Jong Suk is no longer seen purely as a red flag, but potentially as a sign of a more mature relationship, one that doesn't rely on validation. The media paradox: the more hidden, the more exposed. Yet, paradoxically, the more IU and Lee Jong Suk withdraw, the more intensely they are analyzed. From avoiding mentions in interviews to IU's blunt response to rumors about matching outfits, every minor detail becomes amplified. Her simple reply, "Those are different clothes," was more than a denial, it was a boundary. A clear signal that she refuses to let her personal life be shaped by public interpretation. This raises a critical question: is the audience genuinely interested in their relationship, or are they searching for confirmation of their own narratives? From public to invisible, a deliberate strategy? Back on December 31, 2022, when Dispatch released photos of the couple dating in Japan, IU and Lee Jong Suk were effectively pushed into confirming their relationship. Yet, immediately afterward, they disappeared from the shared spotlight. No joint appearances. No public mentions. In fact, IU hasn't openly spoken about Lee Jong Suk in nearly 3 years. In today's hyper-connected K-pop and K-drama ecosystem, where visibility often equals relevance, their ability to maintain a relationship with almost zero public data is rare. And rarity, in itself, creates value. This may not signal distance, but control. When everything can become content, choosing not to provide content becomes a form of power. Love as a true private space. One crucial detail often overlooked: IU and Lee Jong Suk were close friends for over a decade before dating. This foundation changes everything. They didn't need to build their relationship under public scrutiny. They didn't need to prove anything. Their transition into romance came from an already established bond. IU even sang at the wedding of Lee Jong Suk's younger brother before they went public, an indication that their relationship had long been integrated into their personal lives, rather than constructed as a showbiz romance. Conclusion: silence is the strongest statement. In a world where everything demands to be said, IU and Lee Jong Suk are choosing not to speak, and that choice is making their story louder than ever. Maybe they are still happily together. Maybe not. But one thing is clear: they have redefined how a relationship can exist in the public eye. Not through visibility. Not through declarations. But through intentional absence. And in an era where attention is currency, the ability to control when to appear, and when to disappear, may be the greatest power of all.